It is yet another beautiful Tuesday morning and time to start your day right. Good morning, cherished viewers. You are welcome to the Cocoa Digest Morning Show. I am your host, Yaira Awuno. We are coming to you live from the studios of Clog TV. You can catch us on GoTV channel 184. And while you're on your way to work, wherever you are, you can join in the conversation on the fun on our Facebook live stream at Clog TV, Cocoa Digest. Now, here on the Cocoa Digest Morning Show, we bring to you the most informative, educative, and entertaining segments like business, like lifestyle, entertainment, motivational quotes, in-depth discussions to give you a well-rounded experience and set the tone for your day. Don't forget to follow us on our social media platforms, Clog TV, all across every social media platform. We are also sponsored by the Pimpamsie Hotel and the Clogsag Welfare Shop. I have here with me Miss Bevelyn Anobil, and she is going to take us through the motivational quote of the day that is inspired with Cocoa Digest. So let us prepare our hearts to be inspired.
Hello, good morning to you wherever you're watching us from. My name is Annabelle Beverly Jabia, and this is Motivational Quote on the Cocoa Digest Morning Show. Well, most often we go with the principle, an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. But this morning, Benjamin Rush is telling us something different. Here's the U.S. signer for the Declaration of Independence, and this morning he says, 2 wrongs don't make a right. And I repeat, 2 wrongs don't make a right. This is a very interesting quote, yet very controversial. And what this quote is trying to tell us this morning is that we do not have to pay evil with evil. Retaliating to the actions of wrongdoers is not the best option to solve issues. And so if you think somebody has wronged you, the right thing is for you to set the record right. Don't wrong the person in return. This is what I have for you this morning. But then I want to tell you that if somebody does something to you, you have to do the right thing by setting the records. And in doing that, it will help you not to feel this kind of negative energy whenever you see them around. It is also going to help you show your maturity and also show your strength and wisdom as well. This is all I have for you this morning. Hope you have been informed. Don't forget to spread positivity wherever you find yourself this morning. Have a great day.
Wow, I'm sure you have been inspired just as much as I have. As you go through your day, do not spread negativity. Don't retaliate when someone does you wrong. Just spread positivity and keep that beautiful smile on your face. Now, let me remind you, we are in the rainy season, so it is very, very needed to get strapped up with an umbrella or a raincoat or even a jumper because the weather is quite chilly. Please make sure to keep your loved ones and your property safe. Make sure to be in a vantage point that is safe, and make sure that if you are going somewhere, you can go with somebody to keep each other safe. And if you're out there with a car and it's raining, you can help someone out with a lift. Now, up next, we have the online and newspaper review. But before that, let us enjoy an inspirational song by Mercy Chinwo, More Than. You are welcome back to the Cocoa Digest Morning Show. If you are just tuning in, this is the Cocoa Digest Morning Show, and we are about to have our online and newspaper print review with 2 of my co-hosts in the persons of Miss Miriam Abnadede and Mr. Clement Yabankwe. Hello, guys.
Hello, Yaira.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for joining me here for the newspaper review. How was your weekend? I mean, last week was our first week, you know, going live.
It was nice. It was amazing. I mean, I had a very long weekend because it started from Friday. So, I mean, and then Sunday, we went for the hangout.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I was not there.
Yes.
Oh,
you
okay.
didn't get to enjoy.
Yeah.
You
But
joined
I
us
enjoyed. I was
spiritually and
intercradi
virtually.
enjoying.
Oh, I
For some
see.
birthday celebration.
Hey.
Actually, I traveled late to Accra, so I was so tired.
Yeah.
But you look beautiful.
Thank you. So, what is the trending news today? Do you have anything for us? You are the
Yeah, I think
news
Clement has
finders.
something for us.
So, yeah,
Yes.
there's no trending, but the incidence of armed robbery attack is really
okay.
becoming persistent. I think
Yeah.
there should be a need to address that situation.
Wow.
So that is what I just want to say.
Yeah, I also have I think I have an online story like that. It's in
okay.
regards to armed robbers. But let's start with our newspaper review. So, Mimi, what do you have for us?
Okay, so I have with me the Daily Graphic newspaper. Daily
Okay.
Graphic newspaper. And we are taking a story in relation to the basic examination, certificate examination.
Yes,
sorry.
BC.
BC. I don't know why I slept. I've just been... Okay, so we are taking a story from page 13, and the headline is Slippers Land BC Candidates in Trouble.
Okay.
And so let me read, something from that, and then So the dreams of 12 basic education certificate examination candidates of obtaining their first academic certificates nearly turned into a nightmare when they were almost barred from writing the first paper yesterday at the Ho Kobori JHS Center for wearing slippers instead of prescribed cross sandals. So to their surprise, the unsuspecting people were reprimanded on arrival at the examination center and instructed to go home after the English paper and come back, better dressed for their second paper, which was religious and moral education.
Okay.
However, the Municipal Director of Education, Dr. Esther Ajoyeboa Ajima, who happened to be at the center to wish the candidates well, stepped in to pardon the victims and extended the grace period to today. So that was what happened, with that. It started yesterday.
Yes, the
Yes.
exams. But is there a reason for the students wearing slippers?
Well, like when you read further, it says that some of them had in mind that they were already school leavers, like they've...
Mary is school.
that kind of feeling.
So they've already started
Yes.
above our life.
Yes.
Hey. Oh, they
And the
shouldn't do
teachers
that.
they were not really strict
Okay.
on checking, those things. So I think the examiners wanted to punish them.
Yeah, set an example.
Yeah.
Yes, then it's a step in the right direction.
And another interesting thing that followed up was the fact that about 260 candidates at the center were only allowed to enter the examination hall if they took the pen covers, the covers of their pen,
Okay.
and then went in with just the pen to write the exam. And they are saying that last year, some of the candidates stuck pieces of paper with answers on them into the paper, the pen covers. Yes.
Hey.
So,
So I think with every year, new tactics for cheating comes, because I have never heard of this.
The pen covers that is it about like this?
Yes. So
which
the cover, you see the top, the blue. They put no.
Okay,
the other one. They put the
okay.
papers in there, and I don't know how would they even access it.
I think mostly it has to do with the objective answers. Sorry, so they just write the alphabets and then they fold it very small.
So we've moved from the days of writing it on our shirts and in our palms
those
to
times.
Innovation.
But
this coming up with new tactics.
This story, I think, GES need to take action as soon as possible, because these are the people who are moving into SHS, and after SHS they are coming into the world and to face the real world life. So if just after, or not even after BCO, you are now writing BC,
your first major exam.
Yes, and you are going inside with slippers. Like this is the situation we have where people go to offices with slippers. Like corporate institution, and you go there with slippers. You see, this habit it started from that
somewhere.
Exactly. That's where it started from. So I think it's a good step that they've taken. They should go back, change, and come back again.
But
And it's a lesson to them.
I also think this is not speaking in favor of corporal punishment, but I think that ever since corporal punishment was frowned upon really, really hard, it has made the insurgents of indiscipline even more. In a sense that they are not afraid of the king anymore. My time, how dare you?
You know, that's why I said they have this perception that we are almost done with school.
We can do whatever
so
we want.
Nobody can do anything. You know, when we used to, we just leave our hairs bushy. We just. I think it is that kind of feeling that also initiates this kind of attitude.
But you know, the whole spare the rod, spoil the child. I think that as much as corporal punishment is frowned upon, there should still be that symbol of, if you do something extreme, you will get the punishment, so that they can keep the children in check, because
that is why
very
they
bad.
were almost, bad from writing the exam.
And if this had started slightly earlier, they wouldn't have behaved this way, because I don't think this is something
most of them didn't know.
Do.
I think they didn't know.
Mimi.
Oh yes,
you don't know
I'm not trying to defend them, but
the whole, I think when people get to JHS 3, they think I'm done with school.
Even they write
so that is when
exams, so they know.
That is when they start to dress like that. Wearing of slippers, they go to school without tucking in. That is when they start that behavior for. So writing the exam, they see that, oh, I'm done. So what am I supposed to do at all? And this habit, if not really looked at, some years to come is going to affect us.
I think the school needs to continue to enforce that discipline even till the last paper. When you finish and you get your good grades, you are no longer a problem.
You are done.
Even to the universities, because
even
we had colleagues that wore slippers and
dressed very shabbily to exam halls. Okay. Moving on, so we have Clement here too. What do you have for us? Oh, businessman.
The graphic business.
Okay.
And when you go to page 3 of the graphic business, it says reducing taxes on fuel
a good call.
Yes, reducing taxes on fuel, a good call. And I think it's really a good call indeed. Because taxes on fuel makes the prices also go high. So you say the Chamber of Petroleum Consumers, COPEC, has renewed calls on the government to either reduce taxes on petroleum products or take off some of the fuel taxes to lessen the burden on consumers. Yes. And currently the tax on petroleum products is 22.9%. Wow. 22.9%. So if this is a tax on petroleum, just imagine that they are going to push this to with the final consumers. So at the end of the day, prices of fuel will be going up. And also we have the issue of inflation too. So as taxes are high, inflation sets in, city depreciation also sets in, then prices of fuel will be going high.
So it is just a vicious cycle.
We are experiencing these things.
Yes. And you see, currently, that's the first price window for July. As it says, COPEC had projected that the retail price of petrol is expected to increase by 2.17% of the current main pump retail price. So petrol is going to be from 14 Ghana cedis, 17 pesos. It's going to rise to 15 Ghana cedis, 20 pesos. That's the first price window for July. And that's of diesel is going to be 15 Ghana cedis, 21 pesos. And LPG, that is the gas we use, that's 13 Ghana cedis, 24 pesos, and averagely 14 Ghana cedis, 64 pesos.
So if it increases, then this means that our transportation fares will increase again.
Yes, it's going to affect
Last week I read something that the drivers were pushing for an increment in yes. They were pushing for that.
And so I also have here the online news, and this first story says in the Ashanti region, suspected armed robbers shoot and kill a 37-year-old cab driver. So Amos Eduse, a 37-year-old cab driver in the Ashanti region, was shot and killed on the Kwaman-Boaman road by suspected armed robbers. The incident occurred in the Efija Kwabre North sector, where the residents are still in disbelief of the incident, saying that this is the first time that somebody has been fatally shot. And the deceased brother has also identified the body at the morgue as the police are also continuing their investigation. This thing is still, as you mentioned earlier today, these armed robbers are killing people.
It's so sad. Yara, you said for what? You see, there are lots of causes to this incident, and I wouldn't justify that the armed robbers should take that cause. But if the unemployment is
still high, yes,
people are not getting job, they try to use any dubious means to make sure they are okay. And there's one thing that they are using. But to the extent of killing someone, it's so bad. I learned the government and the security agencies need to step in. At least there should be this community policing around this area so that at least when you are walking, you are safe. Because these taxi drivers, most of the time,
they don't sleep.
When I mean this, especially the boat drivers,
yes, their lives are in danger.
At night. And you'll be there, someone will just order ride, you come and pick the person.
Yes.
You don't know where the person is going to.
You don't even know where the person is also taking you to.
Yes,
so
exactly.
Even we, media personalities, we get to wake up very early and then we come to work. We are not safe. I don't know, but we are not safe in this country.
You see, Mimi, I wouldn't like to share my personal experience though, so let's...
But you mentioned something about unemployment, and I would also like to, not to counter, but also for the fact that people also want quick money these days. So there may be jobs created, or these people could find a trade to learn, but they want the money that will come quick. I mean, attacking Mimi right now, whatever is on here, I'll get it and go and eat, as opposed to working the whole month to get my salary. So I think that aside creating jobs for people, there should also be, the education should also be intensified for us so that people know the value of these things as well.
I think our community policing too needs to be intensified.
Yes, it's true.
Because
and even
this morning,
street lights. Yes, this morning you have a story.
Okay, you share your experience.
This morning, on our way to work, where the bus normally comes to pick. I'm walking. I'm on my way. I'm with my suit, with my suit bag, my phone. I met these two young men. Instantly, they were like, "Give me what you have." I have no other option than to give them my suit, my phone. They were like, "What do you have in your pocket?" I gave out my money. Yeah, seriously, I was about crying. But instantly they were like, "Oh, take it. Take your things back and go. We are watching you. Run, run." I started running. So you see, this incidents, as we are talking about, if there are enough community policing out there, if the street lights, it's working, they won't get the opportunity to do.
With the issue of street lights, I've also heard that these robbers go around, taking the batteries from the lights
and going to sell them. You see,
and also come to the same place
and then rob people. So you see, the quick money thing is
so the jobs they've been created, just that.
More need to be created. Though.
We are grateful to God that your life and your property was spared and you are safe. Grateful. We will put in more measures to keep you safe.
I know. Clock TV, I trust.
Yes, we trust our producers.
Yes.
So the next story says the youth from Axim protest over the closed down stadium project. So the president has been given a 2-week ultimatum by the youth of Axim in the Nzima East municipality of the Western region to permit the use of a 95% constructed stadium that has been abandoned and allowed to decay. The stadium that was promised to the community has been sealed and abandoned for years, and its amenities such as goalposts and VIP areas have become dilapidated. The Axim youth leader, Jonas Kwabute, stated that the Axim youth do not have a venue to play, but the newly erected stadium seats and ceiling are deteriorating as a result of years of abandonment. And as a result, the president has until July 29th to act or face their wrath. Wow.
I think this protest is long overdue, and it's also a right in the step direction. Sorry, a step in the right direction. So the fact that 2021, in the budget, reading, it was mentioned that some of the stadia we have in the country were going to be renovated. And yes, in that same year, we saw that Accra Sports Stadium was renovated, leaving most of the regional and other, local stadia in a very bad state. And so if these people are protesting, because this issue was also raised by their member of parliament, during that time that they needed the renovation as soon as possible. We were all in this country when last year, the 13th edition of the All African Games,
yes, I was just
South
about to
Africa, South Africans withdrew themselves from the competition because they were scared of, causing injuries and other things to their hockey players.
Because
these were all reasons why,
so
the protest is the right step. They should embark on it so that government does something about it. So yes.
So we have a few videos queued so that we can see the state of the stadium project. But it is quite
what?
It's almost complete. So why has it been abandoned? It's not being used.
It's 95% completed. Yes. So it's left with just 5%. And you see, I followed this story, and the sword was cut somewhere 2018 on 28th of April 2018. That was Saturday, and the sword cutting was done by Honorable Isaac Esiama, the then minister for the National Youth and Sport. So that's the Sports Ministry. And I'm wondering that as at 2018 till date, that's almost 7 years now, 6 to 7 years down the line, and this project is not completed. I try following it. I got to know that the contractor who's in charge, who happens to be Bismarck Obobi Construction Works. He's the one in charge of that project. He came out to say that they have not completed due to financial challenges. But there was an amount of money that was 6 million Ghana cedis that was set for this project. So if the youth are agitating, or they are just saying that you should come and complete the project, I think you should, because 95% done, left with just 5%, and we've left this project to deteriorate. So the question is, when you are coming back to renovate, you need more money again to still put into this project and bring it back. And this is going to affect the youths over there.
And even the lack of use would also cause it to deteriorate. You know, just like our bags and our shoes, when they are just there, if you don't use them, they just get deteriorated and spoil up and everything. So I think that it's also a very good thing that the youth are starting to come out to speak up, because this is what a democracy is all about. You come, you speak you speak your mind, the freedom of speech, and then let your leaders know your agitations or your problems so that they can come and fix them. Because if we didn't have this chance, we would not be able to let our leaders know that this thing is bothering us, or this thing needs to be fixed to help us. Because this stadium can actually even help a lot of the youth who are in these sports.
And I'm even thinking that the reason why we haven't attracted international, sporting agencies to sponsor, major events in the country is the fact that we don't have the infrastructure, we don't have things to support.
And even if it was still in use, if it was in use while 95% renovated or 95% complete, these sporting agencies would see that, okay, they are trying, they're not there yet, so let's help them. But now it's just there, it's not in use. So many able-bodied sports personalities could come up from these, and we don't have the access to them.
And Yara, this facility contains, like other facilities we'll be expecting there, is entrepreneurship center. Was going to be part over there. We have the counseling center. Because some are really into football and stuff, but actually psychologically a lot of things going on. So there's going to be a counseling center there. There's going to be youth ICT center there. There's going to be that's handball court, basketball court, and a FIFA standard football pitch. It's also part. And at the end of the day,
the job creation issue, it is going to be an avenue for these people to learn more skills and other things too.
That's true.
I'm just, we hope
and
that...
the amazing thing, they said it's going to be a state-of-the-art restaurant.
Oh, no. We hope that the necessary stakeholders take action and do something about the stadium for the youth in the... And over 40 stakeholders, including the Minister for the Interior and all the assemblies within the dam's catchment areas, have received a notice signed by Engineer Ken Arthur, who is the Deputy Chief Executive in charge of services at VRE, indicating that engagement is starting right away and that the spillage may occur if needed. the Volta River Authority plans to start discussions about the possibility of a controlled water release from the Akosombo Dam. The notice stated that the safety of our communities and the preservation of the dam's structural integrity depends on this preventive step. It further stated that we would like to work with you and we propose to engage you and the relevant team to discuss the potential implications, mitigative measures, and information dissemination.
I think this time around, VRE has done well. Their proactive nature in handling this issue is quite laudable. And I think the education is going to go far.
Yes.
The information is also going to reach a lot of people because of the relevant stakeholders they've invited to come on board.
Yeah, it's very commendable that they, from the past experience, they have actually done something. It's a very, very commendable act, and we are glad to hear from them about this. So at least now the onus lies on the people around to start planning something and
I don't know how the place is looking now, but you know Ghanaians.
And the last time, what happened last year, they informed the people. I happened to be on field with our production manager. That's the Volta, because of the spillage. CLOSAC went there to do some donation to affected members. And they did very well on that day. And we spoke to 1 or 2 people on that. And they said they were informed, but to them, they thought it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
You see the behavior we have as Ghanaians. They thought it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So they just tried to tell it, let's live our normal life.
And it happened.
Yes, it happened. So this time around, we are pleading with the residents over there that they should take it very serious. They should take it very serious.
So we humbly implore that our residents around the catchment areas by the Akosombo Dam would be able to take this notice to heart and do something so that they don't get affected like the last time. And so we have a comment here, and it says, "Thank God for saving your life, Mr. Clement. Please employ me as your private escort." From Obiba Wilson. Thank you so much, Obiba Wilson, for your concern. We will reach out to you and see your qualifications as to how best you can protect our Clement for us. Thank you, Miriam and Clement. Thank you so much for joining me here for the online and newspaper print review, and I hope to see you again on Thursday.
Sure.
So, right after this break, Miriam and her guest will take up the lifestyle segment, and it is sure to be entertaining. We'll be right back.